Athletic apparel company Lululemon is distancing itself, or trying to right now, from its founder Chip Wilson after controversial comments he made about the company's diversity strategy. Take a listen.
I think through this whole diversity and inclusion thing that they've become, trying to become like the Gap, everything to everybody. And I think just the definition of a brand is that you're not everything to everybody. You've got to be clear that you don't want certain customers coming in.
To be clear, you don't want certain customers coming in. I've never heard a business person speak that way. That's interesting, to say the least. Wilson also criticized the people used in the company's ads, calling them unhealthy and sickly. Now, this is not the first time that Wilson has gotten some backlash for controversial comments. He resigned as CEO a decade ago, more than a decade ago, after he said, quote, "Some women's bodies don't actually work for the yoga pants." He left the company board completely several years ago, back in 2015.
So, in response to these latest comments that have gone viral, Lululemon said in a statement, quote, "Chip Wilson does not speak for Lululemon. His comments do not reflect our company views or beliefs. It is a very different company today than when he left." Founder of Sticky Branding, Jeremy Miller, joins us now. Jeremy is a globally recognized marketing consultant, branding expert, and best-selling author. Jeremy, welcome to the show.
And this situation is a little sticky.
It is a little sticky.
So you're a good guest to have on, my friend.
Exactly. Wilson, as we know, is just no stranger to controversy. I mean, those are just two things, I'm sure, of a long, long list of things he has said in the past. From a business perspective, though, what impact do comments like these have on a business? It's not funny.
I get your pen.
And from a business model, though, I mean, you want money from everyone, don't you? Why isolate groups of people? Thank you.
I think it's an interesting challenge. What's this mean to Lululemon? Virtually nothing. After this news cycle is done, the comments will be gone and we'll be moving forward on this. But it is a distraction and it is frustrating. And I think in many respects, Chip Wilson is wrong. Now, in some ways, he's right. He's saying that all brands can't be all things to all people. I 100% agree with that. But in this day and age, diversity and inclusion is not a bad thing. It is what is opening up Lululemon to greater consumers, greater opportunities, and you can see it in their stock price. It has 10x'd since he was the chair of the board.
And listen, if you're a health nut, I understand why the Rib Shack is not for you.
Right.
I understand that. I get that.
Right.
Bravo. I'll be there.
I'll be there.
But I understand.
Bib and all.
But the second, messy fingers, I get. But the second part of the statement is you have to be clear that you don't want certain customers coming in. Right. Well, I'm no business major, but I would think you want as many people coming in who like and want your product and are going to pay you for it, because that's how you...
And pay a lot. Leggings are expensive. They're about $100.
Store.
Yeah.
So what did he mean by that? And what did he mean by that?
I don't know what his agenda is. And I think the thing we have to take from what Chip Wilson is doing right now is he's sharing an opinion, and every consumer can have an opinion of the brands they buy from. But it is just that. It is an opinion, and it's no different than my opinion of Lululemon or yours. So let's allow the person to have their point of view. But I think what Lululemon has done really well is made the brand accessible. In 2020, they expanded their product line to feature and reach a larger size profile, going from size 0 to size 20. And in 1 year, they had a 44% increase in revenue. So opening the doors to more people is a good thing, and they are staying true to their brand. We still know Lululemon is a yoga brand. We still know it as action apparel. We want to wear their clothes. They're comfortable, they're freeing, they're liberating. So where's he coming from? I don't know. I think he's just trying to get some PR and some news right now.
And it's certainly working because we're talking about it. But also what I want to talk about, too, is in 2020, Lululemon, they introduced this diversity and inclusion, I guess, sector, right, as after the Black Lives Matter movement. And since then, Business of Fashion, I'm sure you've seen this, they interviewed a handful of current and former employees, all of different rank, all the way up to corporate managers in the U.S. and Canada. And they all collectively said that the corporate culture there is unwelcoming of Black Black people. So while you have, you know, someone who is distanced from this and not the founder and not a part of this organization or this business anymore, you still have news headlines like this that catch people's attention. So when you're, and this was just last month or in November. So Lululemon, is there anything else that they can do, I guess, brand-wise to, I guess, bolster up, I guess, more support so people don't even look at those headlines and consider them?
And you can see why are they taking such a strong stance with the IDEA program and focusing on diversity and inclusion, because if they are perceived as not having that, they have to change it, and they have to make themselves more inclusive. And you can see it in their advertising, you can see it in their models, but it is systemic. And when you look at the comments from the CEO, they are saying we are trying to make the changes and push them through the organization. The challenge is making those changes doesn't just happen quickly. So the change that has to take place has to be truly authentic and long-term to be meaningful. That so much marketing is like putting lipstick on a pig, and you still have that pig behind you. In order for Lululemon to change, they have to change. And we can look to other brands that are doing it well. One of my favorite examples is Dove and the Dove campaign for Real Beauty. By focusing on a consistent message for a long period of time and baking it into their organization, they create an authentic consumer relationship. And Lululemon has to change. They have to grow and evolve. And I think the steps they're taking now are positive, but let's continue to watch them and hold them accountable to this, because this is a long-term strategy.
And you said pig, which brings us back to the rib shack, where we were.
Are you a dry rub kind of guy or a saucy kind of guy?
It is an important discussion, though, and that's some really good insight there. Founder of Sticky Branding, Jeremy Miller. Thanks for giving us some time, sir. We appreciate it. Please come back.